Hello everyone and welcome back to the after lunch session at the Under-26 tournament. My name's Graham Rees and I'm joined by Mike Kernahan, the National League coach. How are you, Mike?
Very well, but I'm a bit disturbed as we speak because I've just noticed that both players are playing with white bowls. That's going to be really helpful.
Yeah, there's a slight difference there, so if we're clever enough I think we can work it out. I marked Ashley the first game this morning, so I think I've got her bowl sorted as she plays the backhand here. She's trying to get the shot and she's not far away.
Short.
Yeah. She wouldn't have been had she not run into that early bowl, but yeah, you're right. This could be an interesting commentary, couldn't it?
Could. It's not about us, Graham.
No. And probably timely to mention our sponsors today, Living House, who's our major sponsor, and it's the first time they've been involved in the Burnside Under-26 tournament. And just tell you a wee bit about them. They take pride in supplying New Zealanders with an excellent range of earth wall, glass wall insulation, central vacuums, heat pumps and ventilation systems. So if you're looking for any of that, Living House is the people to go and see. Also sponsoring is Henselite, who don't need any introduction, and so we're very grateful to those two main sponsors, but also to Garden City Tyres, Goodman Fielder and the Scenic Hotel Group. So Kerry Bruce asked me to give a plug to the sponsors, so we're we've covered that off mic.
Yeah, good start from the young fella. He looks like he got 2 there.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice last bowl. Watched him this morning, and I think he'd be a bit disappointed. He was up by quite a bit against David Motu and finished up losing a really good game, 21-20. So I think he might have some fire in his belly this afternoon, looking to make amends.
Yeah, Ashley won't give the game away lying down. She played really well in the game I marked first up this morning, but she also lost to David, so he leads the section. He's an impressive young fella, David Motu, from the Onehunga and Districts Club up in Auckland. So
And only 15.
Yeah, pretty exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent here. It's really been wonderful to be able to watch the young fellas and the young ladies, because there's certainly they can all play, which is really encouraging for the future of our game.
Certainly is. Looking down on the green, I see Richard Hocking's marking this game, so I don't expect there to be any marker errors as we work through the game. In fact, the markers right across the green look splendid in their new Burnside tops, which they got last year.
No bias there at all.
No, just quietly, just mentioning some of the assets that Burnside has. So they come down on the forehand for a start, coming back towards the car park end, and Ashley's just a wee bit over the top, but not too bad.
Yeah, about 4 feet. The greens are running beautifully, I have to say, all 3 greens. This green we're on this afternoon they didn't use yesterday, but it looks immaculate. Jamie appears to be doing a very good job.
Yeah, he's got all 3 greens very similar to in pace, so there's no excuses. I think the greens have probably been the best they've been in 30 years I've played at Burnside. I can't fault them, so Jamie is doing a terrific job. And Jamie Ferris joined us from Gisborne last year, and he's doing a great job right throughout Canterbury as far as sharing his knowledge on greens, but especially looking after Burnside, as we see Ashley just fall a wee bit short there.
Which, given the atrocious weather that Christchurch normally has, he's done a miracle, really, to be fair to him.
Mike, we didn't have as much snow as Dunedin in the week, so yeah. But no, he's acclimatised now, I think, so he's understanding the cold nature of Christchurch compared to Gisborne, where he's come from.
Richard indicating 2. Ashley looks to be a bit underdone here.
Mm.
So she's playing overs and unders at the moment.
Yeah, they've both come off the other green, so
it might
just
take
taken
a
a wee while to settle in. Yeah.
This is tidy.
He's putting pressure on here, isn't he?
Yep.
So actually, Jeff Coates, she's from the Carlton Cornwall Club, as you saw on the screen, and she seems to be around a long time. She's still got a couple of years left in this tournament, and she just finishes a wee bit short. Might be 3 down, definitely 2. It's a good.
Yeah, it's 2 and a good lock.
Early lead for the Australia.
I know he likes his 3rd one, by the way he looked at the head there. Yep, Ashley concedes it. 5-0. Off to a flyer.
Donny is from the Marylands Club in New South Wales. Lucky enough to go over there in about 2006 with the New Zealand development team, and it's a nice wee spot. Val Smith, Blackjack, has been working there for a few years and back in New Zealand and Nelson now. But yeah, so familiar colours as he steps on the mat. And delivers on the backhand. He's got a bit of a flick to his follow through there, but he's pretty smooth.
Yeah, it looks really good until he turns his hand over, but be interesting to see whether that impacts on his line during the course of the game. He got that line right on the centre line, a couple of feet heavy.
Actually following him down on the backhand, and looks to be reasonably well greened and breaking back towards the jack there. And singles, usually your first two bowls are the most important, Mike, and they're reasonable both of those bowls, so they'll be trying to put pressure on one another. We're getting those first two bowls close.
Yeah, just under green this one a fraction, but like Ashley's first one.
Yeah.
But Ashley's speed was brilliant first bowl, so if she can keep that speed and just make that minor adjustment in her line, she'll be close.
Having watched Ashley for a number of years, I think she's probably slightly stronger on the backhand as she comes down. She's not far away here.
She's made that adjustment, so very good bowl. Marvellous lawn bowls.
Mm. Yeah, it was better from the young fella from Australia. His follow through was good there, and he's perhaps just a wee bit wide of where he needs to be.
And quick.
Yeah.
So Ashley might be holding two here. It's close for that second one. Oh, I think she's missed a line again.
She's got a wee bit of way on to hold her up. She might get the jacks.
She didn't want the jack.
No, she didn't.
No.
She's probably got a couple there, I think, Richard's about to tell us. He surveys the head.
Yep, two.
Yep.
Well pointed, down to his weight now. I think he's a bit quick.
He's just missed on the outside, and Ashley will be pleased that she's about to score, I think, and at least something untoward happens. She looks like she might have three with this one coming in. Yep.
Well, it certainly is going to count, so
she'll be happy with that.
a good reply, having dropped three on the last end. She's got two on a look anyway. He's conceded three, so the way this is going, we'll be finished in half an hour. Keep scoring threes.
Yes. Some of the games this morning, it was noticeable, some were quick and others lasted for a long time. I think the last game to finish, Mike, was the young Cook Islands boy and young Adam from up north, and they had a real tussle. The Cook Islands boy was down 18-9 and fought his way back and finally won 21-20.
Yeah, it was a great game actually. They both played well.
Yeah. You look across the green there, some talent, Hayla Horn and young Aidan Takaroa's out there as well, so we've got a great field assembled, and the quarterfinals after this game will promise a lot.
Yep.
So she's come down the forehand side. They're both playing the same side of the ditch hand and up and back on the same hand. And
we got that flick again.
Yeah. So just a wee bit about both players.
Great flick though.
Yeah, if you could do that all the time, he wouldn't complain, would he? So Donnie's from, as we said, Club Marylands in New South Wales. He's a retail assistant. He's been playing for 11 years. So at 21 years old, work that out, Mike.
10.
Yeah. So been playing a long time, and this is his first time playing over here, and so he's got family support with him, and they've flown in from Auckland and the Cook Islands. So yeah, Cook Islands well represented in this tournament. So he represented the Cooks at the 2018 Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast, and where they won a bronze and a silver, and Pacific Games Samoa in 2019, and he joined Club Marylands back in April 2019. So he's obviously
talented young fella.
Yep.
And just play another good one there. Ashley's playing the other side of the rink for the second time. First one was a little bit tight and a bit quick. I think she's just going to finish over the top with this one. So she's putting herself under pressure again. So a big last bowl will be required from Ashley.
So as we speak about Ashley, she's been also playing 10 years, so they're both up around the same number of years been playing. She's currently a member of the wider Blackjack squad, and she's an Auckland Rec member. 2017 National Peers winner for women with Dale Rayner at Taranaki. So she's a lot of experience now.
Yeah, she'll need it with this one. 3 down and 1 bowl to play. And it's well pointed. She's played a bomb, I think.
She has too. Wow, that's got her out of jail. She's
drawn the shot.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yeah, she hands on her hips. She looks pretty satisfied with herself down there. Let's see what the young fella can do in reply. He's probably hasn't got a clear view to it, and Ashley's of course got all the back bowls there, so he's going to be fairly careful what he does here. He's played it with a bit of weight, but he's undergreened it, and so one to Ashley, and
very good save from Ashley.
Might make it a bit longer game than we thought initially. It's now 5-4, and of course it's the first to 21. So
just while we wait for them to start the next end, I just want to note, Graham, and I'm sure you feel the same way, very disappointed with Tamara. No lollies, no snacks for the commentators. Thought that would have been sorted well before we got here, but there we go.
Yeah, I'm not too disappointed. I think she's looking after her health, to be honest. But,
well, your health. 5-4.
Yeah, we've got a game on our hands, and Ashley's on a favoured backhand side, I believe, and she doesn't look too bad as it breaks towards the jack. First bowl very important in singles, and she's pretty handy.
Yeah, good start.
You'll see the gentleman sitting behind them on the bank there. That's the chap from the Cook Islands with the Cook Islands players. Came over late last week and go back on Monday, but yeah, they certainly coming to the snow last week, and they're pleased to see the sun today. But he's a big rugby man, so he's looking forward to the Canterbury Northland game tonight, he tells me, and welcome Uma to Christchurch. He seems to be enjoying himself, as I had a yak to him the game before lunch.
So Cantabrians are more worried about the rugby than the bowls out here at the moment, Graham.
Oh, they have an equal big quarter final, Michael, so it's,
right.
Yeah. Auckland got out of jail last night too by just pipping North Harbour, so
very good.
Yeah,
very good bowl from Adoni. Is that the right pronunciation?
Yeah, I think you've got it right.
Right. Made a little hard for Ashley now with that wee touch on the jack, just putting it on that side of the bowl, and let's see what she tries to do here. No, she's changed her hand. Challenges her own ball, appears to be right in the way, but I think to make any movement or move that shot bowl, it's actually got to go through her own. So, as I say, a difficult shot coming up for Ashley, the way it sits. Darney well pointed here. Down to his weight now. Yeah, he's played it well.
He has, yeah, two very good shots, yep. What's Ashley going to do here, Mike?
Well, that's actually made it a little bit easier for Ashley, because she can be faulty tight and actually use that last bowl if she is a bit underneath with weight.
Yeah, looks to be the option, doesn't it? So
and a third bowl actually has given a good position if she does want to play with weight to the jack. So let's see how much weight she does play. She can't afford to play it too quick, but just enough to reach it, I think. and just bring a line and a bowl and a half from the last one. Which is what I think she's doing.
Yeah, she's probably not quite got the weight that we were thinking she was going to play it with.
No.
She's finished underneath it.
Another yard on that line would have been interesting.
Yeah. A chance to get 3 here,
Yeah.
don't he? He's,
That might give Tamara some time if this game finishes quickly to get some snacks in for the commentators in the last game.
Tamara's smiling. I don't think she knows. Tamara, shall we get him back a wee bit? Red socks. What can you tell us about red socks, Mike?
Perfect. What do you mean red socks? What are you on about?
Oh, we had a fairly high standing member of the club, AJ, who said he worked with you previously and mentioned red socks. So thought
Right.
you might be able to enlighten us.
No idea what he's talking about. 8-4. Back to the bowl.
It's a beautiful day here in Christchurch, not a cloud in the sky, and there's no wind to speak of, so the
And it's about 8 degrees.
It's a wee bit cool, but this time of year we're pretty happy to be out there in these conditions. Having a look across, I noticed Burnside have got 3 flags flying out there. I'm not sure why that would be. Usually we have one up there, but just looks a picture of the club, the surrounds, and as we said, the greens are in tip-top order, so the players, no excuses, and Ashley's on a forehand coming down this ditch hand side. She's finished a wee bit short with that though. So.
Yeah, Donny's 2.5 feet short with his first, so okay bowl, but he'll want to improve on that, I think.
Yeah.
Looks to have pushed it out a bit wide here.
Still give them a couple of shots, but they're not that close. So
No.
I think Ashley might be able to get one inside them. She might have changed her hand for a minute. She hasn't. She's up down this forehand again.
Good enough for the shot, though, I think.
Hello, Tamara's come with snacks. No, she hasn't. She's adjusted my microphone. So.
Right. Yeah, no, there are no snacks here, which is very disappointing, but there we go. Won't speak too much more about that. As we drink a Coke. Very good response from Adoni. That'll be, it's fallen out.
Still 3 shots, I think, though. So
No, Ashley, it's a measurable
she
shot.
did. So
Dear, oh dear.
Tamara distracted me for a moment, so I lost track of it.
Oh dear. She's on a good line here, though. And it would appear that she is holding.
Yeah, Richard
According
just
to
held
Richard.
up the blue stick, which indicates that Ashley has the shot.
He's wiping the chalk off, is he? Well, he needs the jack on this line, otherwise he might
No,
just
he's
run
missed.
too far.
Yeah, he's run through and...
Just too far. I think 1 to Ashley is what we're looking at the moment.
Yep. Richard's studying it closely. He's having a good look round. Yep, 1 to Ashley.
Can tell from here it's 1.
You just want to make sure.
Right. Stick up for the Burnside
He
boys.
knows
That's
he's
the
on
story.
TV. He doesn't want to make any mistakes. And here comes Ashley with a last bowl to try and get this score to 8-6. At the moment, it's 8-5 as we stand, and she's very close
she's
here.
well played here, unless she touches the jack.
Oh, she has too.
Oh, 1 to 1.
Yep.
Unlucky.
So
Very good bowl.
8-5 in the race to 21. those people that don't play our sport, Mike, just give them an idea of they're playing up and down one side, the benefit of that, and so they drag out the measure. It's close for second. Usually in a game of singles or leading in a four, you'll find players will play up and down the same side if it's consistent, so that means they'll play backhand one way and forehand the other, which is what we're seeing these two predominantly do. It was just the one shot there to Ashley.
Yeah, and typically players will try to do that where they can. There can be differences in pace from one side of the rink to the other for a variety of different reasons. This hand they're playing appears to be really nice, both in both directions, so they're both playing the same side, and typically getting to the centre line, which is really important. So if you can get to the centre line, all you have to worry about is how hard to throw it. It's an easy game, really.
I was just going to say, you make it sound easy here.
But we do make it difficult for ourselves. So a slight adjustment in the length this time, and just comes up short, probably a metre, 2.5 feet.
Donny on his backhand as well, so he looks reasonably well played here. Yep. It's a great first bowl, especially when Ashley's put hers sort of right in the
centre
way.
line. Yeah, exactly. Brilliant first bowl from Donny.
You would have seen Richard pull out some chalk there and chalk it, so the reason for that is if the bowl goes in the ditch, it stays alive if it's within the confines of the rink, which is the two red pegs that you see at each end of the rink, and so that's why they chalk the bowl. So Ashley's just played that one a wee bit behind, which isn't in a bad posie, but it's hard to get to. Let's see if he can repeat what he did with his first. He looks a wee bit wider, if anything. It's just hanging out there. And he finishes what we call jack level, so he's level with the jack, and his
probably
weight is
counting.
good. Yep.
So it's not too bad, that second bowl. Hasn't fattened the target up, so Ashley's still got some challenges ahead of her with the bowl only about 1.5 to 2 inches in front of the jack.
Yeah, you would have seen Richard just indicating that, so the distance
Ooh,
between the
played
jack and
with
the bowl.
weight.
She has. She's not far away. She's just going to miss on the wide side. Oh, no, she's got it. Great shot by Ashley.
Very
so
good.
let's open it up. She might be still one down, I think, but
Yeah.
a lot easier to get the shot now.
Oh, we've still got two, according to Richard.
Yeah. Closer,
Well,
don't they? Yeah.
They do. He's not bad here either. Probably a fraction tight, but tell you what,
Word,
his
he's
weight's good.
pretty well back where it was, although he's finished a wee bit jack level with it, but
Right, big bowl here, 3 down.
because she played a weighted bowl last time, it's hard to go back onto the draw. We'll just see how good she is.
She's well pointed. She might be a bit quicker, she. Oh dear.
Made a good fist of it, but just running through, yep. Still be 3 down, 2 and a bit.
Yeah.
So you could be drawing for a full count here.
And Tamara could be just about to head out.
Yeah, if looks could kill Mike, you'd be dead, but look at this. This is a great
Nice.
last bowl as well.
He's
So
played
it could
4
be
really good bowls that
yeah,
end.
he has.
Richard appears to have a fistful of red stuff waiting to put up.
Yeah.
He actually doesn't even bother. 4 shots.
Yep.
12-5. Handy.
Yeah, it gives them a good break in the game, and so next few ends will be critical to determine which way this game's going to go. It might have been that change in length that might have played into his hands a wee bit there. He certainly played it a wee bit better than Ashley, and so we see him go long. So
Yeah. That's one of the interesting things about watching the under-26s this weekend is tactically they're probably, and I'm not being negative here, but that's a significant part of the game that they've got to learn. And given time, hopefully they will learn it. He's just actually threw a shortest jack, and Adoni was perfect weight with all four of them. And now he's thrown a longer end. He's finished 4 foot short with his first one. So tactically, just a little naive if that's not being too critical.
Yeah, you do see a lot of similar length ends, don't you? The short, medium length, and
Ashley's nailed it.
Yep. So the speed of the green would be around about 16 seconds, I think, Mike. And just to give the viewers an indication, you've been to Birmingham recently in the Commonwealth Games, and the speed of the greens over there are a lot slower than this.
Yes, typically around about 11 seconds for across all 4 greens. So very different. And if people think they played on a 12-second green in New Zealand, I can assure them they haven't.
No, until they hit the croquet green, and
Exactly.
only the high-performance players probably predominantly do that. So if you want to crack, you want to know what it was like in Birmingham, go down to your local croquet green and roll a bowl, and you'll soon find out the challenges or the difference in speeds. And so that's another good bowl from Ashley. She's
Those first 2 bowls that you were talking about, Graham.
Yep, she set this up well, and it's good the way the score's positioned, that she's got a chance of climbing back in it a wee bit here. But,
Well, he's got more weight this time.
He's got a chance of doing something here. He's clipped his early bowl and rolled in, and probably for shot, is it? Oh, is it second shot?
No, I don't think so. I
Second
think
shot.
Ashley might still hold it, but... Yep, Richard confirms that.
So you see Ashley's stance, it's fairly wide on the mat, so she's shoulder hits apart, and she delivers on a forehand, and
Well pointed.
yeah, she's not far away here. She breaks into the head there and just needs a wee bit of movement, even on the jack would help her, and she's certainly made a couple, has she, as we lean forward to the window, and she might be one down.
She might be one down now, which is a bit stiff really. She played a pretty good bowl.
Yeah, she did. Richard's about to tell us it's a maximum length though, so it's yes, it's...
Oh, he's got 2 for Ashley.
Yeah, he's deceiving, isn't it?
It is.
Yep.
Here we go. So it wasn't too bad then.
No.
But she'd been unlucky.
So I don't think he's going to try and play similar to his last, just reach the bowls and give himself a chance. So.
Yep. I think he thinks he's too wide.
Yeah, it might be fractional. He's coming back now though. He's just missed on the outside, isn't he? So
Just quick rather than wide.
yeah.
Very good effort. Oh, could get another 3 here. This score's rocketing along, isn't it?
It is indeed. It doesn't take much, does it? Just a couple of bowls within a metre and you're in clover. So actually we're trying our best on the forehand to replicate what she's done before. No, I'll tell a lie, she's switched over, is she? She's playing down the backhand side. She must think that's a wee bit safer.
I hope she's not tight.
She does look tight. She's getting close to that. Oh, she might be onto the jack, is she? No, she's got her own, so that's all. She might have made 4 of it. Wow.
Dear, oh dear.
She knew what she was doing, obviously.
Clearly. Yeah. He picks the jack up. 12-9.
Wow. We are rocketing away.
Might be the first game finished on the green.
Yeah, so just having a look at the other sections, Anthony Quinlett, the winner of the tournament last year, he's leading Section A, followed by Alex Cross, and then Hamish Callagher. Section B, Casey Garforth from Rewa, is leading at the moment, and Seamus Curtin's only just behind, with Royden in third spot. And then in Section C, this is the section that we're covering at the moment. David Motu, the very talented bowler from Auckland, he leads, the 15-year-old from Nathan Gooden, and in third spot's Adoni. So this is an important game for Adoni in terms of the placings in the section. What they're trying to do is get through to the quarterfinals. It'll be the top two out of each section. And in Section D, the well-performed bowler from Point Chevalier, Aidan Takaroa, dropped his last game to Taylor Horn, 21-20. And Taylor Horn is second in that section. And speaking to Taylor before this game, he was saying he just needs to win his next to be in the quarters. So pretty tidy section that, with Tom Tyroa in third. So yeah, everything to play for. We just made mention before the start of this game that they've changed rinks, or changed greens I should say, some of them, and that'll be because when it comes quarter-final time it will be pretty fair that everyone's had a crack at each green. So what are we seeing this time, Mike? We've got a couple of bowls down there that aren't right on top of it, but they're handy.
Yeah, Ashley's thrown a long end again and has just missed a weight. Your line's great, but just played a couple of metre through. Adoni weight wasn't too bad, just needs to correct that line and he should be fairly handy. And he appears to have done that. Now down to his weight. I think he's pretty it's very good adjustment of line there from Adoni.
Again, he's jumped on it first, so usually that would determine who wins the head, but let's see how it goes. Ashley's bowls are pretty well positioned. And we've spoken about Tamara here, Mike. We should give Erica, he is from Bowls Canterbury, a bit of kudos as well. He's helping out today, so Erica's learning the ropes of how to do the live streaming, which is fantastic. And
she's a superstar.
Lorraine tells me from the CEO of Bowls Canterbury she's paying a double time for it as well. So yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. So there's that over adjustment from Ashley, just perfect line again. And just over-corrected.
Yeah, the unders and overs, it's a frustrating game sometimes when that happens, but she's got one more bowl to redeem herself, otherwise we could be seeing another 3 or 4 going the other way. So.
Yeah, because Adoni's well pointed again.
He is, yes, he's right on top of it here, I think.
Doesn't want the jack though.
No, but that's
brilliant.
A very good bowl.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's made it doubly difficult for...
I saw Richard stepping off the bank. He was seeing whether it was a touch or not, whether he needed to use his short, but not quite. But yeah, superb bowl. And so...
That's it, Adoni. You stand right in front of the camera, son. Good boy.
Camera people heard you and they've switched around, and we've got a view there of the front. You see the board there, 12-9 to Adoni.
So Erica quickly on a game switching cameras so that we didn't just look at the back of Adoni for the next 30 seconds.
She's learned quickly. And,
superstar.
Yes.
Right, big bowl for Ashley here.
Yeah, in the context of the game, we could be looking at 15-9 or 12-10. Let's have a look and see what she does. She's in amongst it. She's slipped past.
Yeah. Probably got third shot, so save one.
Still, he's got the bowl in hand, Adoni, so he's got a chance to pick up another 3. See Richard there with his 2 red stickers up, and quick on the mat, Adoni, isn't he? Doesn't muck around, and away he goes, and he's playing backhand again, and he's looking pretty good to there. A real chance of 3 here.
He moves that jack, it could be 4. Oh, he didn't.
It's magnificent bowls from the young fella from Australia, and so yeah, it is 15-9, so in the race to 21, he's only got 6 to go out, and what we've seen from Ashley is she usually claws back when she drops a few like that, so we'll see if she can do it again. So they've playing another long end. It's gone 2 metres to 2 metres, so So the minimum length they can play is 23 metres. So you will see from where the mat is now, and there's a red and white peg on the left-hand side of your screen, and that indicates the minimum length they can play. And so they've come right down to the 2 metre mark at this end, and Donny's just left that a wee bit short. So we'll see Ashley play the backhand because it's in a way on the forehand. So who's your winner for the tournament, Mike? Have you got a favourite?
No idea.
No?
No, I mean, if you're looking at experience, you'd have to look at, a Seamus or an Aidan or a
Taylor Horn, perhaps?
Taylor.
Yeah.
But this young fella, David Motu's going very well, so it'll be interesting to see when the quarterfinals start.
It will be very interesting. Yeah.
How he handles that extra little bit of pressure.
Yep.
So nice weight from Adoni there, but just undercut and still one down. So Ashley played a pretty tidy first bowl, which she needed to do after dropping the 3 in the last end.
And you'll notice that all the names that we mentioned that are in the hunt, or we believe are with a real chance, are all from the North Island. So we've got a lot of North Islanders in this tournament. And so,
yeah, but the thing is, I'm not saying South Islanders are slow learners, but Graham, it's good that you've raised it with the South beating the North
I thought
3 or
you'd pick
4
up on
weeks
that,
ago.
Mike, yeah.
Comprehensive winners over the North Island, so that was good. So, we're slow starters as we learn the game, but we learn the game properly down south, not like these flash Harrys from the North Island.
Good thing there's no North Islanders. Oh, there is one down there, isn't there? Yeah. Tamara's grinning away, and she's... that's why we haven't got any sweets or anything, isn't it? So
Exactly.
Richard's having a close look at this head. Don't think he can decide. Oh, it looks like 2. Yeah, 2. 2 to Ashley again. She's making after dropping a 3, looking like she might pick up a 3. So let's have a look and see how this unfolds. She switched hands too, which is interesting. I'm not quite sure why she didn't stick to the backhand. She's about to show us, unless she gets
She's about
that
to go
really
one down.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why she played down there, but
The old saying, you don't cross the centre line when you've got the shot.
yeah,
That's exactly what she did.
Did indeed. It's a significant bowl in this game overall. Like it's looking like 16-9, maybe a wee bit more if Donny's close to this, but he's just
Going to get a nice wee rub. Oh, not quite.
So instead of being 15-11, it's going to be 16-9. So it's unless she can do something with this last bowl. She's having a look. It's not easy to get to. She's going to obviously have to play with a wee bit of weight to shift the shot bowl.
Yeah, I mean, she has got a shot there, and but she's got to get the connection right. I think she needs to use that last bowl of Adoni's to get the maximum result. Be interesting to see what she does here. If she plays it on the forehand and gets Adoni's could well follow through with the jacks. Tell you what, she's in a very good area here.
Oh, she's played a magnificent shot. She's got 3 shots in there, hasn't she? Oh, she might have 2.
Yeah.
Closely at back bowl and looks on the screen. It might even be shot. What's Richard going to do? He's not giving anything away.
He's not committing himself.
No.
Ashley doesn't look that pleased with herself.
No.
Played a very good bowl. Oh, she's claiming 2.
2. Yeah,
He's nodded without looking at it.
Yeah, so that brings it back to 15-11.
Right.
It's a good comeback by Ashley again. She's just got to get a wee bit, string a couple of ends together here. She'll be right back in it.
Just that first bowl.
Yep.
Particularly coming this way. She's battled about coming this way.
She has.
Well, you're on the coke as well.
It's not bad, however.
Right.
0 sugar, though.
Sure. cut a line here.
Yep, again you were saying, Mike, she's missed coming this way and she's done it again, so given O'Doney an opportunity to jump on it and see what he does.
Yeah, he's a fraction under the line too, but not as much as what Ashley was. Or was he? Not quite as much, but certainly still a bit of room there.
So we're seeing Ashley come down this backhand again, and she's played a better bowl here. She's taken a wee bit more green and just
good enough.
Finishes a metre short, but she's good enough, yep. Not bad here. The area. Donny's just level of the jack, and that'll be the shot.
Good enough.
Yep, he's done
Speed
really
was very
well.
good.
Yep. So Ashley will be looking to work down onto her own bowl or just around it. And she's not, perhaps just all fraction wide, but it's coming back now. Yes, she gets any connection on her own, it'll be good, but she just misses and slides through slightly. Donny's got the shot, so it's actually just having one bowl left on this head. He can put pressure on here, but
Yep, Richard's indicated to Ashley, who asked the question, that she's one down. Oh, she's well under it this time. And hasn't got the weight to hold up to sit that shot bowl, so... Just looking out across the green, and these young fellas are not afraid to let it go at a fair pace, are they, when they drive? They don't mind it. Quite enjoy it by the looks of it.
They have no fear, and gee, they're a great bunch. I saw them at lunchtime. They're all sitting in a group, and they don't leave anyone out, and they look after one another on and off the green. But you're right, Mike. They're keen to have a go sometimes if the opportunity arises, and some of them pretty accurate too. So it only takes one, and so
is that the first one in the game?
Oh, I think it might be. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Stop it! You're slowing down.
So, Mike, you might recall about 3 or 4 weeks ago we were in the surfing capital of the world. Refresh my memory.
The surfing capital of the world in Dunedin?
No, go north. Go north.
Oh, in the Whangamata.
Whangamata, that's the name I was looking for. And a big shout out to Ross Faulkner if he's listening, to him and his wee band of merry men up there. It was a fantastic couple of days Mike and I spent up there on a coach development trip, and had about 20 players on each day, Saturday and Sunday, to put through their paces, and it was a very enjoyable 2 days. And Ross, you did a great job in sorting that, and your development coaching certificate's on the way to you now, as you've passed the theory and done all the practical that was needed. So
yeah, no, it was a great weekend, and a very enthusiastic bunch of people on the Thames, from all around Thames, that came to the coaching course. And as you say, the players were the guinea pigs for the coaches, and that was great to see them all out there. Really good start from Adoni here, and Ashley looks to have responded reasonably well. But when you talked about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I thought you were referring to the north-south, and in case our viewers don't know, the south absolutely smashed the north, which was wonderful. I hope Gail Melrose is watching and understanding that that the north did lose.
I think when you say smashed, South might have won on the last bowl, Mike, but Yeah, it was still a good victory.
Look, we won 3 more games than the North did. That's a hiding. It's just the scoring system that Mark Cameron put together that made sure the North were always in the hunt, even though they were never going to win it. But back to the bowls. They both just dropped their second one a little bit. So having played a really good one, both of them with their first one from a weight perspective, they just undercooked their second bowl. So forced Adani onto the other side of the green. This will be his first bowl down here, I think.
And we've seen Taylor Bruce here as the coordinator for the, I don't know what the actual title is, but she seems important as she roams around the green. And she was, of course, part of that South team that was victorious over the North.
Exactly.
Bring that up again.
I was going to mention that if you didn't, that she was a part of the winning South Island team.
Yeah. And, of course, Taylor's mother, Kerry, has been running this tournament for a number of years now and is doing a great job. And that's why the players come back, because they know it's going to be a well-run tournament as Ashley draws a shot off the front bowl there. So
might even be 2.
Yeah. Be good if it is from her perspective. Get her right back in it.
Yeah, Richard thinks it's 2.
Yep.
Oh, we're going to see a bit of aggression here.
Here we go. Winds up. And what a big backswing, but he's missed on the outside.
Yeah.
So.
He didn't really control that particularly well, did he?
Looked like one of my drives, to be honest, Mike.
Right.
Yeah, came out a wee bit rough.
So Ashley got a big chance to make 3 and to take it to 16-14.
Yeah, that's it's quite significant. Now, as you say, we've only been going up in 3s by the feel of it, and so another chance here for another 3.
That could be the first game on this green off the green.
Yeah, looking across the other scores, more advanced than most games. So here's Ashley on the backhand. She's not bad to the air, and she's got a real chance of getting 3, I feel. She comes.
Is she a bit quick, or is she not bad?
She's magnificent. Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wonderful lawn bowl. Perfect.
So there's the 16-14. So she's only a couple behind now. So going back the other way, she really wants to do better than what she's been doing to get right even in front if she can do it. So let's see what length she plays. She's put the mat down round about the 2 metre area. I reckon she should go short. Let's see what she does. It's probably a medium. It's getting towards long now.
It is.
Yeah, she's gone back to a similar length they've been playing this way. I thought she might change it a wee bit. But, we'll see if she knows what she does. See where the first bowl goes. Nice compact delivery.
She's tight though.
She is.
And she slaps her thigh, knowing that she's
should have thrown that short end after all, but never mind.
Exactly. So double time for the weekend would be nice, wouldn't it?
Would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got plenty to spend for the night out tonight, I'd suggest.
Yeah.
She's nodding.
Nodding her head, yep.
Looking very excited. Got a big night planned, obviously.
It's a big night last night. She was 21st last week.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, December.
That's not last week,
right.
right?
Sure, Lorraine was talking last night. Oh, she had a 21st. That's where the wires have got crossed. So, what would it be like to be 21 again, Mike? Remember
I am. In my head. So Ashley didn't really correct with that second one, so she'll be a bit disappointed with that.
What we've seen coming this way from...
And isn't it funny? They throw a slightly different length and they're all over the shop.
Yeah. It's again well weighted, but just slightly under and narrow, so not as well weighted as I thought initially. So yeah, she's got a chance here. There's a bit of space. She could really put pressure on if she corrects on her first 2. She just needs a bit of green, which she's taken.
She's
might have gone too wide,
yeah.
It's not doing much out there. It's just going straight for a long time. So she's going to leave space for Adoni to tidy it up, and you'd expect him to, the way he's been going. He's got a pretty good line. I think he's not far away here. Yep.
Well, good enough. So actually, not bad at all. Run away a little bit, but look.
Yeah, the best bowl on the paddock today. So,
exactly. Yeah. Ashley's got a bit of work to do here.
It's a funny old game. When you do struggle and you throw a couple short, a couple one wide, it's
well, she's better here.
Game sometimes. She is. She's going to go close to shot here.
Oh, is she too quick?
Oh, yes, just a wee bit.
Oh,
She's
dear.
one down.
Oh, be looking for another one. Be close to 2. 1 to measure anyway. Yeah, Danny hasn't made the mistake of cutting his line, so he's not in danger of slipping the jack back to Ashley's last bowl. Well, it's definitely 2. Just depends on what the third one looks like.
Yep, so it will take Adoni to a point where he can go out. So what I mean by that is he'll perhaps go to 18 and 3 shots will take him out to 21. So
Richard's standing there like a statue. He hasn't committed himself to whether it's 2 or 3.
It's obviously a distance away, these third shots. So yes. It's Ashley's bowl first, and he goes and has a look at his own. So we'll see where this measure goes to. If it's short of the bowl, it'll be Ashley's shot, and he'll get 2. But if it goes over the top, it'll be 3, and it goes over the top, so it's 3.
Another 3.
Yep. So it goes to 19, 14, 2 to go out. So yep.
I'll tell Lorraine to put you on triple time for unmuting me after I sneeze on live on air.
Richard's doing his paperwork on the card there, so he's probably like us, thinking this game's almost over. A couple more shots here to Adoni, and it will be, but we'll see what Ashley can do. Coming this way, she's played some good stuff, so if she can replicate that, we'll be going deeper into the game.
So, had a wee tipple last night with a friend of mine who lives up here in Christchurch at the Volstead. She's got no idea what the Volstead is. It's a boutique bar, and it was very nice.
Can't say I've heard of it either.
On Riccarton Road.
Oh, right.
Brilliant first bowl, nearly 18 inches short. I thought it was just going to run onto the jack there. So we were talking before about playing one side of the rink.
Mm-hmm.
And Ashley's played this side of the rink coming this way very well, and yet hasn't played a bowl
Forehand
on the same side going the other way. And she's really battle going.
Needed to change something, whether it be the length or the hand she was playing, which she's done neither, and probably paid the penalty in the long term. But he's just run into his own Adoni there, otherwise he would have been close.
Yep.
Yeah, she doesn't look far away either. She's the second bowl. No, I tell a lie. She's just dropping away now, and she'll be finishing underneath Adoni's first 2. So she's got 1, and I think we'll see Adoni change hand here because there doesn't seem to be a way on that forehand.
Well, if he sets it back a roll, he gets 2 to go out.
Yeah.
So
there he is. He's on the backhand.
I hope he's not short.
So, I would imagine he'll give this a chance. Mind you, it's probably the first time he's played this side, so he's played a bit narrow, is he? But he's got enough way on to run into his own. Edge off that. Oh no, a bit thick.
Ashley better get another one there quick.
My money's on it. She will do it as well. She's on a backhand and looks well greened as she comes into the head. She's not bad. Might be slightly shy. Yep, she's just fallen short.
Oh dear, giving him a chance.
Yeah. Weight's crucial here. He's got to just play with enough weight to get round that early bowl of Ashley's. And as you say, Mike, if he sits that bowl, you'll say, he doesn't like it. No. Almost tried to steer it instead of just letting the bowl do the work, and that was the result. So a couple of shots here would get Ashley back to 1916, so this is a big bowl. So let's see if she can do it.
No.
Don't think she is.
No, she's not happy either.
1915.
Ashley walking up the green with a wry smile on her face, thinking, what did I do that for? But she scored, so she's not out yet.
No. So I've got to go out there and mark the last game, Mike. What's that weather doing out there?
Oh, look, it'll be bitterly cold, as it always is in Christchurch.
So you might want to tell the viewers a wee bit about coding that we've spoken about today. We've got an app out, Bowls New Zealand, or we're about to release an app, so that on a cell phone you'll be able to code matches. And Mike, at a high performance level, we're looking at using it as well. If you can just tell the viewers a wee bit about what coding is and what we expect to do with it.
Well, what it is it's player analysis, so it's analysing each bowl that's played by a player and getting a picture of what happened in the game, and very much, there we go, Ashley was obviously listening to us. She's tried,
swapped hands and shortened her up, and she's done everything right, and look at a bowl, bang.
Correct. Now, there we go. That's
and if you were coding that, Mike, it would be a 3.
So it's very much, we want to use it as a coaching tool to look at trends in a player's performance over a series of games rather than just one game. And certainly from a high performance perspective, that's what we're trying to achieve.
Yes, it's something that we've done in the past, but we're going to get a young fella called Cameron Wood, who's very analytical, and he's going to save the data in the cloud for us, and so it's pretty exciting where we're going. So watch this space, pupils, viewers, so you'll be able to, in the community, use it yourself once we roll it out. It should be out the beginning of next year. So.
Well, no, this is he still just slipped through. Ashley played another really well weighted bowl, the second one, but obviously, as you can see on your screen, was a fraction narrow, so you should make the adjustment with the same weight. Oh, she might have over-adjusted. Isn't it funny? She nailed the green with the first one perfectly, and even though the speed's really good, hasn't replicated
Didn't quite look as balanced as she let that last one go. And what happens on the mat determines the outcome of the bowl, and so therefore, having that consistent delivery is important. And she just looked to lose balance a wee bit with that last one. That's not a bad reply from Adoni. It's a good second shot.
Yeah, because he might have been 3 down before that, so at least he's tidied that bit up. That looks better, Ashley, from a line perspective.
Yeah, even delivery, you could tell she was better releasing it, and she's played a good bowl, so it's definitely 2.
Yep. Challenge for her is she's just opened it up a bit, unfortunately.
Yes,
she's a bit unlucky, but still needs a good bowl from Adoni.
So if it stays the way it is, it'll be 1917. He's played it with a wee bit of weight on the backhand. I think he's under it, isn't he?
Doesn't want to get his own.
Oh, he has. And so that might be, it's definitely 3-4 shots, I'd say. Wow. That'll bring it to 19 all. We've got a game on our hands.
Looks only 3.
Oh,
boss.
well, we've still got a game on our hands. That'll make it 19-18, yeah. Ashley, 2 ends in a row. She's got a 2 and a 3 and 5 to claw her way back into it. Hands on the hips from the young fella from Australia, and he knows that he's, well, it might be 4, you know, Mike. It is, yes, 19 all.
Well, here we go.
Wow. What a change in tactics did then for Ashley was reverse her form going in that direction, and she scored a 4, which is magnificent. Richard's laughing away there. He realises the context of what's just happened, and so therefore it's all on for young and old.
Good jack throw from Ashley, to be fair. So she's shortened it up coming this way. And this first ball now becomes doubly important for both of them. She's come up a bit short there, Graham. I'm a bit nervous for her now.
I was just having a look at this section again. It's interesting because Adoni's third and Ashley's fourth. So depending on what's happening in the other match with Nathan, he's playing. I don't know who he's playing actually.
Adoni's played a bomb with his first.
But if Adoni does get home here, he might go close to a quarter-final position, depending on Nathan's result. Nathan Gooden is in second. David Mutu's definitely tidied up the section, but it's who's going to get second that's make it interesting.
Well, Ashley has certainly not made it easier herself with that second bowl. So, a good bowl here from Adoni. And all the pressure in the world is on Ashley. Has he got enough weight? No, he hasn't. Well, it's a missed opportunity. About a yard short.
So I've just worked out, Mike, that Nathan's playing James Cameron Powell, who's a fairly strong representative from Stokes Valley. So he's down in 6th place, but that result will be very interesting in the context of the section, as Ashley is very close here. Oh, she's unlucky. Just went through the gap.
Yeah, puts even more pressure on herself. Particularly if Adoni draws another one here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the way his mannerism there. I think he thinks he's a bit quick.
Didn't like his follow through. It seemed to.
But I tell you what, he's not that quick.
No, he's got second.
That's good enough for 2. I'm pretty sure that's 2.
I'm sure you're right. Yeah, she's got a chance here though. She can either sit the bowl or she picks the jack up. It's going in the right direction for her other bowl over the top. But she would just be trying to get close. If she even gets second shot, she'll be happy. A bit of thought into this, spending a wee bit of time in the bowl, and then she's onto the mat. So in that pre-shot area, she took a bit of time and she delivers nicely, stayed down well there. So we'll have a look and see what the end result is.
She's in the area.
Yeah, she's very well played here. I think she's drawn the shot. Look at that, magnificent shot.
Brilliant, well played.
Richard pulls out the chalk, and what would you do here if you're young Adoni?
Well, you wouldn't be too aggressive because it's not sitting that well for him to get the bowl out without getting a bit of movement on the jack. So actually, I've got no idea what he's going to do because the other hand's pretty much blocked with the weight that he wants to play. And he's
almost got to play with too much weight on that other hand, doesn't he, to get through that port? But he'll spring the jack back to Ashley's back one, unless he comes through himself. Wow, we'll see what he does. It looks a hard shot.
Yep, I think he's looking at playing on the 4. Oh no, he's going on the back end, so this is going to be interesting.
He's going to have to play it with weight to get through that port. Yeah. You're right, it will be interesting because he has a chance. It's probably the best shot he's got. He's slightly wide of where he wants to be, I think. Oh, he could knock another one of Ashley's closer.
Oh, he nearly did. 2019.
Wow.
Here we go.
So Ashley's clawed away back
Excitement
into this.
At Burnside.
Yeah.
There's always excitement
there,
get down.
Yeah. What was the score? 18-11, wasn't it? So she's come back from a long way down. So. Wasn't? You're nodding your head? I'm sure it was 18-11, wasn't it? 1990. No, before this. Go back 2 or 3 ends, Erica. We've got these assistants next to us, Mike, but they're not much use, are they? In telling us
that's
the
not
score.
very
No,
nice.
no, it's not very nice, is it? Look, Tamara's trying to get this answer for us. She's staring at the screen. No, she's ignoring us. Oh, look! Wow, we've got the scoreboard up. So there you go.
16-11.
Thank you, Tamara. That's
Not
fantastic.
18-11.
Yeah, I don't know whether it is fantastic now. It proved me
16-14,
wrong.
19-14, 19 all, 2019. She's well pointed here, but I think she's a bit quick.
Yeah, she's thrown that shorter length again. I think she's done the right thing in doing that. So let's see how this end unfolds. But you're right, the first one she's a mile over the top. Young Australian on his backhand. He's not badly played here, I don't think. He's breaking into the head now, and he's played a really good bowl. So it'll take a bit of beating. So Mike, tell us from a high performance point of view, what's next on the agenda for the Blackjacks? What's coming up?
Nothing until the end of March.
Right.
So multi-nations event on the Gold Coast, which is more a test event for the World Champs, which are in late August, early September next year. So will be the selectors, Peter Ballas and Sharon Sims, will be selecting a team probably end of January after the Nationals. To go to that multi-nations. Another good bowl.
Wow, he's got 2 good bowls in there, hasn't he?
Yep, and made it really difficult for Ashley here. She's got to produce a similar bowl that she did on the last end to get out of this.
So what COVID has done is it's brought the World Bowls forward, or pushed it back a year or so. So we've got 2 big events in 2 years, and Commonwealth Games this year and World Bowls next year. So
yeah, and then the World Bowls have decided that the World Champ's going to be every 2 years. So there'll be another World Champs in 2025, which will be in China.
Wow.
And then 2026, the Commonwealth Games in Victoria in Australia.
And what's even more exciting for some of these young players out here playing at the moment, in 2032, the Olympics in Brisbane are talking about bowls being part of it. So
yeah, well, if there's ever a chance, it's going to be when the Olympics are in Australia.
Yep.
Because the Australian Olympic Committee will probably look at bowls as being an opportunity for a number of medals, and that might sway them in terms of their decision making on the 2 or 3 sports that they're allowed to include or nominate for inclusion. So I think every bowler's got their fingers crossed, because it would be wonderful if it was. I'm not sure Ashley's
could be the last bowl of this game, because yeah, Donny's got
short.
2. So
oh dear.
yeah, she didn't play that
Not
as
the
well
bowl
as
that she
she
wanted
would have
to
liked
play.
to. No.
Yeah, so I think everyone in the bowls world have got their fingers crossed that bowls could be one of those 2 or 3 sports that the Australian Olympic Committee decide should be included at Victoria.
Yeah.
But that's not Vic. Yeah, where are they actually? The Olympics, is it?
Brisbane. Yeah.
Which would be a boon. So
10 years from here, young David Motu, who my money is on to win this tournament, he'll be 25 years old and he'll be there, so he could be our gold medal
there you
at
go.
the
You heard it
Olympics
here
at
first.
32. Yeah.
well, I'd like to thank Tamara for all of the lollies and snacks that we've had while we've been commentating this game. But look, an important one for Adoni. He's done what he had to do. Now he has to, I think, wait to see the result of, and that looks as though it's finished that game, but I have no idea who won it.
Yep.
No idea who won that on the far side of the greens, so we'll have to wait for the cards to be put in to understand who has got through in second in that section.
One thing for certain, though, is we're in for some exciting quarterfinals coming up in this last round of the day, and so Rice has just brought some water out for us, so you must know we've worked hard, Mike, and worked up a thirst. So yeah. So the end result there, 21-20 to Adoni from Maryland's in New South Wales, has just pipped Ashley Jeffcoke, and so a very good game of bowls to watch, with a lot of good bowls played by both players. So
yeah, and I think, look, to be honest,
we're getting told that we've finished. I think our shift might be over.
Tamara's cutting us off at the knees here. I was just going to make a comment that whilst they both played some very, very good bowls, I think they'd both be a little disappointed with the misses that they had, because we were scoring 3s and 4s every second end. But
it changed tactically earlier on by overplayer might have made a difference too, I think. So,
anyway, over and out from us.
Yes, thanks very much.